Hey guys, it's YOU WACK, and I don't really talk about a lot of other video games on my channel. One, because I'm an Overwatch channel, two, because I love Overwatch, so I guess that's kind of the same thing. But if you've been subscribed for a little bit, you know that I am a big Halo 3 fan. Halo 3 was the first FPS game that I really got into. No, we're not really going to be talking about Halo 3, but I really need to introduce Halo 3, because that's kind of where this video idea, or just this Overwatch idea, is really inspired. However, a lot of people are going to twist this idea that's clearly inspired from Halo 3 Forge mode and think that's inspired from Fortnite Playground mode. First of all, you're not an OG, dog, and that breaks my heart. You missed out on one of the greatest FPS games of all time. And second of all, Playground mode is a tiny little infant to what the ginormous beast of Forge mode that was from Halo 3. So first and foremost, that's where this idea is for. But now moving on to the idea portion of this video, because one thing you might not know about me is that a lot of my video content is revolved around Overwatch and just ideas to make it better, whether it's with skins, whether it's a game mode, whether it's just whatever. And the idea that I have for Overwatch to make it a much more social and just a lot more enjoyable experience is a possible Forge mode in the newest, biggest update for Overwatch. Now, if you guys don't know what Forge mode is, what it was the main reason why you played Halo, because it allowed players to be game designers. Yes, very basic game designers, but you were able to make maps, you were able to make game types, you were able to set spawns, set where weapons are, set what weapons players had and only can have, set the speed, set the health. You were able to be literally God in Halo, and it was the best thing ever. It was very simple because, again, it's a very simple concept, but someone like Fortnite takes the idea of Forge mode and really cracks it down to the bare bones, because you can't set all these fun things to play with all your friends like how you could in Halo. Yes, you have buildings, and yes, you're able to run around the map, but in Fortnite, that's a private lobby. Here in Halo, you're able to have the most amount of fun you could with the video game because you designed it, and you were able to share these game modes and share these maps with all your friends and have this social gathering and have this social experience that you couldn't really have in matchmaking, because in matchmaking you were taking things so serious, and here you were having fun with different creative ways to have fun with Halo. Now let's take that same idea of Forge mode in Overwatch and why Overwatch needs that Forge mode like experience. Now, yes, I know there is a custom game feature. I'm using air quotes because it's similar to Fortnite. It's very basic and very bare bones, and how many times can you ramp up the speed of a Torbjorn until you get bored of it? But when you actually are able to make maps in Overwatch, when you're actually able to set specific game types, set specific spawns, and set the damage, and set different items throughout the map, that's when you start to ramp up the creativity of Overwatch. Because my biggest gripe with Overwatch right now is that it's a lot of fun, but you can't really be creative. Yes, there are certain playlists in the game that allow you to somewhat be creative. Like, I know boss battles is a big thing where there's like a 5,000 HP Rhine and tracers are little bumblebees just blinking all around with infinite blinks, but they have low damage. You know, there's some of that in Overwatch, but nothing. Well, first off, let's talk about the map creator, because there's definitely nothing like that in Overwatch. Halo 4 had a map literally dedicated to Forge called Forge World, where there was different platforms that you could build maps. Now, how can a game from, well, Halo 3 came out in 2007, but how can a game from 2007 have a map creator, and Overwatch that came out in 2016 doesn't? Could you imagine just a blank canvas? Because that's how it was in Halo. You had a blank map, most often in Sandbox, and you were able to just create different structures, create different buildings, and create just anything you want. Like, if you never played Halo, you really did miss out, but you were able to have vehicles, you were able to have power-ups, you were able to just do anything you want. Could you imagine that in Overwatch, where you're able to, maybe they could add vehicles in there, but could you just imagine where certain spawn rooms are dedicated to a specific hero and you had to fend off certain other heroes? There's nothing even like that. A very simple idea that I just thought off the top of my head that a 5th grader could think of isn't in Overwatch. Or a much more complex idea that really ramps up the idea of Forge mode. Could you imagine building a castle or something, or like a little tiki house, just a house where you have to defend off little tracers and you have widows, but you can insta-kill the tracers? You know, there's some stuff like that, but again, my biggest thing that I have with Overwatch is that you can't really get creative, because how many times can you ramp up the speed of a Torbjorn, like I mentioned before? Yes, maybe you can role play some stuff on Eichenwald, but you don't have total control because you have set limits. A perfect example of the unlimited creativiness of Halo compared to the limited creativeness of Overwatch is a game mode like Chicken Hunt. All Halo 3 players just got a nostalgia trip because that's one of the best game modes that came out of Halo, because what it was there was a Spartan that has a sniper, and only a sniper, but he had a box that he was set in. Now again, you're not even able to set spawns in specific areas in Overwatch, but what it was that the Spartan actually had to kill these chickens, or the other Spartans, the other players. But what the players had to do was one up these stairs where they were very vulnerable to the sniper, but depending on the skill of the sniper, they could possibly make it to the top of these stairs and get the best weapons in the game. Shotguns, rockets, the sword, go to the spawn of this sniper Spartan and kill them while going through the teleporter. That was the fun of it, because you made Chicken Hunt. You made the map, you made the game mode, and now you get to play it. There's nothing really like that in Overwatch, so that's why I want to introduce the idea. That's the main point of this video, is to introduce the idea of Forge mode. Not really Forge mode ideas or game types, just how we need that creativeness. And how Overwatch can just go about making their own version of Forge is this taking different assets of Overwatch and then allowing the players to decide what they want. As terms of just building materials, they can take Hanamura walls, Eichenwald walls, or just different materials from different maps, being able to build buildings, stairs, ramps, and whatnot, different windows, different glass. There's just so much things. Having dead like bastions all over the place, or having Christmas lights anywhere, little tiny details like that. And then from there, actually creating the game mode, because another thing I thought of is, what if they just had a blank hero and you decide what kind of abilities you want for that hero? Like maybe you want the ability for them to charge with a Reaper shotgun and being able to grab a hook like Widowmaker, and also be able to fly and res teammates. Those are all different aspects of heroes built into one single hero. Or maybe you can just have different weapons spawn in specific areas like you could in Forge mode, and once you pick up that weapon, you become that hero. You pick up a sniper, you become Widowmaker. You pick up a shotgun, you become Reaper. The whole point of this video was to introduce the idea of Forge and how you really don't have as much creativity as you really think you do in the current version of Overwatch right now. But with Forge, being able to not only build your maps, but possibly build your own hero, build your own game mode, and have full creative control of how that game type works, while you're not limited to just the structures of the Blizzard maps, or limited to just the heroes that are in the game right now, will allow you to have that Overwatch experience that you can share with your friends. Because that's one thing that Halo had. It's the reason why you played custom games, is because you can enjoy your creation with your friends. So anyway guys, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think of Forge and if we need it in Overwatch. I love you guys, and bye.